Hi, everyone. How are you? Feels like it's been 100 years since our last tea circle. I am so glad to see you all. Hi. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Diana. Hi, Donna. Make sure you let me know if you are new to the circle. Hi, Serafina. Good to see you, love. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Heather. Awesome. Yay. Hi, April. Hi, Anita. Hi, Angie. Hi, Natasha. Hi, Abby. Hi, Sylvia. Oh, hi. Hi, Dr. Cherie. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Andrea. If you're new, make sure that you are, that you let us know where you are calling in from. Oh, my hair's frizzy today. You know what I did? I did curly hair, don't care today. I rolled down all the windows driving back from Malibu today and just let my hair fly listening to Fleetwood Mac. It was very cliche. It was a moment. It reminded me of my youth, so we do what we do. Hi, Stephanie. Brenda from New Hampshire. Gail from East Falmouth. Hi. Hi, Lanita. The curly hair don't care should be a holiday. Kate is here early. Awesome. Oh wait, nope, she's not. Okay. So you guys, I have to tell you, I've been a huge fan of Kate and Kate's Magic for a long time. And so I am so excited to get to meet her tonight. So you are going to get to meet her alongside me meeting her. And the cool thing about Kate and Kate's Magic is that not only is she part of this month's box, but she's also a Reiki master. So I'm really excited to talk to her about that because I put Reiki in the teas, and that is one of the magical things we do. And if any of you are uncertain about what Reiki is it's basically universal life force and universal energy, and it has all the power. It's all the power of the unified field to that we can tap into and channel toward healing of ourselves or others. And you can also add it to products, which is what we do with the tea. So we add Reiki into our products, and so here she is. Faye, it's your first time from Grand Prairie, Alberta. Oh, good. It smells delicious. I'm about to drink it as well. And so here we are. Yes, April, I love it as well. So this is the Salutation Solar Plexus tea. And Kate, are you here, sweetheart? Let's see.
I am. I thought I was too
I was just girl crushing on you. So I'm so. I was like, look at us, we have the same hair. I'm like, okay, all right. I've been such a huge fan for so long. And then I was so excited that I actually asked Ashley, I said, is it like, find out from the company if she's a real person. I really hope she is, because I really want to meet her.
Wow.
Aww. So we have new people from Canada and Vegas and Texas and New Hampshire, and we have a good mix of women from all over. And then Thomas, he's been my helper, and I call him my blankie. He's my double Virgo comfort queen, and he's on as well. And so Kate, welcome to Mystic Monday and to our tea circle.
Thank you. Thank you. So happy to be here. I think I'm too early though, right?
It's actually okay. No. Nothing's too, no, nothing. Yeah. I break rules. I spill things. I mean, it's just, yeah, I'm like I'm like the tea lady who's just like chill. But I just want to, okay. So Kate, I'm going to just brag about you for just a second, and then I'm going to make a cup of tea, and then we have to make sure we send you this tea, because this month's box is about the solar plexus. And so, it's interesting. I went and had my bioenergetics healer work on me today, and he was like, all of your first and second chakra energy is stuck in your solar plexus. And I was like, as a matter of fact. But I just wanted to brag a little bit about this, the Pure Passion. It's one of my favorites. I love your abundance ones. And then this month, we've already had rave reviews on your Son of Success. So we're just going to basically talk to you about your process and how we can use the anointing oils in the box, and how, I put Reiki in the tea, and I know that you're a Reiki master. So I just want to talk to you about how that informs you and all of that. So I'm going to grab my, oh, good. Lisa loves it. Shanna loves it. Cynthia loves it. Okay, good. Well, we have a lot of love going on here. So I'm just going to make my tea really quick. And normally what I'll do, you know what, sweetheart, I'm just going to invite you in. I'm going to do it the way I would do it normally if you weren't here yet. Sound good?
Sounds great. And funny enough, I was just going to get a cup of tea.
Oh, go get one. Oh, yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, we're so chill. Go grab a cup of tea.
Great.
Okay, my loves, this is exciting. Hold on, let me go grab my matches. Oh, okay, so we're going to center up, my loves. I'm going to light the candles, which are almost out. And next week, I'm going to be traveling, and I have a very special guest for Monday, next Mystic Monday. So you all will want to make sure you join us for next Monday. I will be traveling in the South, and I have a special guest set up for us for our Mystic Monday next Monday. Okay, so I'm going to pour a little of the Salutation solar plexus tea into the tea in hand. And Kate, you can just follow along, sweetheart. I just do a really quick kind of tune in, really gentle, quick sensory meditation, and then we will start our magic and our interview.
No rush. You do your thing. It's beautiful, and just take as much time as you need. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here. I know it's fun to meet one of my favorite product people, makers. Okay, so this is, okay, so I just want to play you guys the sound of the solar plexus. As the tea is steeping, if you're steeping your tea, just quietly name the 3 things you're most grateful for today. Let's open the gratitude portal. My bioenergetics guy today kind of kicked my ass, and I can't wait to tell you guys what he taught me. It was quite awesome and practical when dealing with the chakras and chakra energy. So, okay. So 3 things I'm most grateful for as the tea is steeping is I'm so grateful to have a chance to sit with each of you individually and to really see you, even though I can't see you, but I feel you. And that is so powerful to see each of you. I love it, no matter where you are in the world. I'm also incredibly grateful for today's sunlight broke through. We had gloomy 4 days of gloom, and the sun came out and everything felt possible. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm also grateful for all of the people who are plucking the new harvests of the teas right now and shipping them to us as quickly as possible. Supply chain is not easy right now when it comes to biodynamics and plants. And my whole team at Magic Hour is so awesome, packing and doing their best. They're so precious. We have little Alexis, who's pregnant with her first baby. She fills the jars, and Ashley, who's learning to blend. 2 Ashley assistant blenders now, which is great. Just love my team. I love them. So I'm so grateful for them. and the growers. Okay, so as I pour the tea, I envision my heart filling. Beautiful heart energy. Beautiful. Then as I bring the cup to my heart, take the first big heart breath, filling the heart, filling the solar plexus. Try to fill the bottom of your lungs here in your sacral chakra, and try to reach it down into the root, into your awesome root energy, rooted to the earth. And exhale. A new concert hall, a concert place moved in across the street. I'm hearing some music. Grateful for that too. On the second heart breath, see if you can expand the green heart energy of your heart chakra into your cup, and then spilling over from your cup, filling the room, and filling the neighborhood, filling the house, the apartment, the rooms of your kids or friends, anybody who's around you, and exhale. And with the third big heart energy breath, fill your cup so it spills over, and try to reach the moon or the sun, whatever is in the sky right now, that beautiful green heart energy. And that heart energy is for you. I got schooled on that today by my healer. Pretty powerful stuff I'll be sharing over time as I absorb and integrate it as well, and exhale. And now, as you center around your cup, ask yourself the 5 sensory questions. What do I hear? And begin to really discern the difference between hearing, which is passive, and listening, which is active. And Gay and Katie, our co-founders in Magic Hour, Gay and Katie Hendricks, talk about active listening. That's the active aspect of listening to others and to self. Now you can ask yourself, what do I see? And if your eyes are closed, just simply focus your eyes into the sixth chakra between the eyebrows up above. Or if your eyes are open, you can look around. And seeing versus looking, start to discern the difference between the two. And I always say, you get what you look for. If you're looking for luck, you will find it. If you're looking for limitation, you will find that too. And as you settle into your body, ask yourself, what do I feel? And focus now simply on sensation. Not emotion, but sensation. You may feel cold, hot, dry, tense, relaxed, sensation. And now you can bring the cup to your nose and ask yourself, what do I smell? What do I smell? And then as we ground all of it into our mouths, our awesome palates, ask yourself, what do I taste? Salutation is freaking sublime. Ginger and pineapple is so good together. Really love it. Okay, and I'm actually going to put a little Sun of Success on, the anointing oil, and then we're gonna have Kate's Magic, give us how she anoints and uses her anointing oils. Which is very exciting to learn from the maker herself. Okay, I'm coming back over to you, my curly-haired friend. My son's a ginger. When I saw you had red hair, I got super excited. Welcome, Kate.
Oh,
It's so lovely to have you.
I'm very happy to be here, and I was quite thrilled when I looked at what you're doing. I mean, after you, I decided to bring, to have Son of Success as part of your box, and to I didn't know about you, though I think, and this may be in my imagination, I think that in about 2005 we met and traded. Is this just in my head?
No, we at Natural Products Expo?
Yes,
Yes.
because
Oh, chill. Yes, I had Zena's Gypsy tea.
exactly.
So I had the belly dancing tea booth and the
Yes.
tent, and yeah, oh my God, we did.
We did. And I think we did it again. Like, in other words, 6 months later, a year later, you sent me, because I was crazy about your coconut chai and
Mm-hmm.
something that you liked, and we traded. So it's
Yeah.
like kind of, and you got magic.
So do you have an oil for memory where I can make sure? Because I'm like, I love this woman. It must be future memory. And no, now I totally remember, like a little, like,
Yes.
oh my God, that makes so much sense. Yeah, Natural Products Expo, right? That used to be the thing we did. So
It
Kate,
was.
tell me a little bit, how did you, so you're a Reiki master, and I noticed you live in Tucson, correct?
I do.
And you have a perfumery there, or a shop? Oh, cool. So tell me your origin story of how you started Kate's Magic and where it came from.
How much time do I have? 3 minutes?
Depends on how much tea I have. I think we're good.
That's always a tough one, because my story is big. It's, I've lived many places and I've had many journeys along the way. And I was really led to create Kate's Magic without knowing it. Meaning, I wasn't planning to have a business. In later years, really regret it. Honestly, did I sort of just stumbled along, or walked as doors opened?
Yeah.
But here I am, and I think it's obviously I am where I need to be, and there's been so many lessons along the path that have been really important for my personal growth, soul journey, but also in bringing the oils to the people and to the mainstream, because I was one of the first to bring intention-based oils that were 100% pure to the people.
Yeah.
And but it was really through my own dis-ease that I started to work with herbs and ritual and ceremony and discover my gifts, being, knowing, discovering that helping other people really helped me. That started early on for me, and it felt good, and I felt less alone on that journey, and that it wasn't just me that I thought was so terribly messed up, or
No, we're all pretty messed up, kid.
yeah. But I'm also a musician, a singer, and it was always a bit of a split life. Although Kate's Magic took over, it's clearly, I think, where I'm needed more. Although, like, my inner teenager wishes she was just on stages all over the world, but right, like, that comes with a whole other bunch of problems.
My therapist said to me last week, can you enjoy your 40s without reliving your 20s? And I was like, oh, bam, that's a good question.
Yeah.
We can have it all, I promise.
Yeah. And it does get really, I mean, the maturing, the adulting is beautiful. I mean, I'm enjoying my age. I'm now 52, but like in these mature years, you've come far enough to have a lot of experience and knowledge, but you still have, goddess willing, a big journey ahead. you
Yes.
know, where you can use everything that we've
Well,
experienced.
52, you're in your pinnacle year, which is when a woman becomes a queen. So it's a
Ah,
really beautiful year to be in.
and it feels like that. It felt like I struggle between the rephrase, but there's the queen and the priestess.
Yeah, definitely.
And and the queen is harder for me than the priestess. The
Well,
priestess comes
the
natural.
queen can, say off with their heads and it happens. So it's getting in tune with the fact that we can be primal and intense and cut and dry and kind of gnarly. That's been like, we've been talking about integrating our shadow a lot here. And we just
Yeah.
read a book called The Middle Passage, which I highly recommend, by James Hollis, that talks about this. But
Ah, okay.
so Kate, tell me, how do you make, like, what's your process with the oils, and how do you use the anointing oil?
How do I use the okay? Um, well, they were created in order to have a tool for a daily ritual or um, more like a reminder that is there throughout your day. So we say to use it 4 or 5 times a day. And whatever it is that you're working on, it is there to remind you, but at the same time, also get you present, connect you with the divine, because the essences come from our divine mother. And they have this ability that when you're inhaling them, they can give you the same nourishment and satisfaction as having a piece of chocolate, for instance. I've actually never said it like that, but
I
that
love that.
it yeah, you know how we just want a little something.
Trust me.
It
Yeah.
used to be cigarettes and alcohol, you know, and
Yeah.
now it's dark chocolate or
See,
mango.
matcha for me. I'm a matcha addict, so.
Yeah. So the oil will do the same for you. And that's why it's really great during times of difficulties when you're either trying to break patterns or remind yourself of in this case, the path of success that you're on, which we are more and more learning in our time is really about our personal journey. Not meaning that we don't want to manifest things in the outer world. And sometimes that's essential in order for us to be able to live and make a living and be independent, but also to make our dreams come true and come into the public eye. Or so, it's that combination of having gratitude with what you have today, which we know how hard, like how we surpass our goals.
Yeah.
Like I watch myself sometimes, like a goal that I'd worked on for months and it's happened and I'm already on to the next thing.
Yeah, yeah, I used to only see what wasn't done yet. So
Yeah,
I never celebrated the successes, and I would always jump to the next thing. And that's like a hungry ghost. Yeah, that's not living.
that's right. And the oils can just really be an incredible companion and support with whatever you are working. And they give you a little treat, a little uplifting or a bit of a break from your monkey mind. It
Yeah,
just takes you out of your mind, which is why, I mean, I love sound. I'm still a singer and I also, do some sacred sound, and sound does a similar thing. It's really difficult to sing or just go and think about your problems. Same with the oil. Like you can't really strategize while you are taking a moment to inhale the oil, very much like what you
yeah,
just demonstrated with your tea.
yeah.
Um,
It's interesting you say that, because I started out as an aromatherapist,
oh,
and the difference in my teas with gypsy tea was that I would use essential oils just a little tiny bit to scent the teas, and that's what everybody loved. Like the coconut chai, the secret ingredient is cinnamon essential oil, with a coconut extract that's really rich and creamy. But the essential oils, I find what happens is that so often we're sensually starved. And so our senses are, it's like we're eating junk food, right? We're taking in junk food through the eyes by being overstimulated. We're hearing junk food by noise pollution. We're eating food that's from, soil that's been drained of its mineral content, so often. And so I find that if we stop and we actually bring ourselves into our senses and really start to live through them, that we need less food, we need less stimulation, we need less, because we're not so sensually starved. And the essential oils definitely do that for me. I've always used Son of Success as a spray. I always had it on my desk at Gypsy Tea. I always had, like, I mean, it's like I've always had it just as like an accessory, and it always seems to put me back into the place of like, don't forget to shine a light on your successes, because even if you just got out of bed today, sometimes that's more than enough. I mean, the world, there's so much, being asked of us every single day. And the more we show up, the more we should celebrate that. And so I love that you do that. So how do you use the anointing oils? Do you put them in specific parts on your body, or how do you do it?
So it depends. So talking about Son of Success, I ideally, you would go and put it on your sacral chakra.
Yeah. Okay.
Sacral, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's success in every chakra, right? I mean, it's more we think of the first three chakras as the earthly chakras, and then we start to move up into the heavens and the more ethereal chakras. So solar plexus, fantastic for Son of Success also. That said, we're often dressed and it's difficult to get to these areas, which is why I tend to apply them here. It's an area I generally get to. I live in a warm place. Usually this area is exposed. I also like to put it on my wrists. And to find a way that it goes to my hands, because that is then where you can take a moment to inhale and re-envision or restate your intention and what it is that you're working on. And in the old days, I used to blend them according to the cycle of the moon. So that worked for a few years. But as you can imagine and probably have experienced it, it gets to a point where it's just not possible. But I really like to work during the waxing moon, during the filling moon, with these type of oils,
Well, our teas are biodynamic. So even if we can't blend on the waxing moon, all the ingredients are biodynamic. So they've all been harvested and fed and trimmed and everything by cycles of the moon and the planets.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really something. So tell me, Kate, how has Reiki helped inform you in business? And I mean, as a spiritual woman in business, oftentimes, we're straddling two worlds. And I find also a lot of our tea circle, they're like nurses and teachers, and they've actually been bringing tea ceremony into the workplace and really unifying those two pieces. How do you bring spirit into your day-to-day? How do you bring the magic into the mundane?
Well, yeah. So Reiki has been a really important part of my journey because of when I was attuned. I was attuned when I was 18.
Wow.
Out of necessity. And it was my mother who was always kind of, interestingly enough, somebody who led me to the mystical, although that's a different conversation. She struggles to find it herself, but she always led me to it. So it was an incredibly difficult time in my life. And she had heard about Reiki, and she invited me and my partner at the time to get Reiki attuned because, you know, I had no money. And so she paid for it, she facilitated it. And in those days, the Reiki one, so the first attunement was, took a whole weekend. Like it was a big deal. And you'd have to practice for minimum of a year until you got to the second attunement. But what happened for me on that day changed the trajectory of my life. So even though I later on went and got Reiki 2 and 3 master and teacher, though I don't consider myself a teacher because I haven't had the time to actually teach, because I will, when I get to that, I will take it very seriously. So I believed that on that day where I got attuned, I felt like I became a master or was reawoken, because it just, I mean, flowed, and I almost levitated. It was really intense.
Yeah.
I prayed not to levitate because I said, you don't do that, you know. It was, and so it just became part of my everyday, and every emotional crisis, definitely every physical, like acute thing that would happen again and again. I witnessed miracles
Yes.
with that work. I then in New York studied with Yasuko Kasaki, who has the I can't think of it now right now, but she has this great center, and she does another type of energy work, which is almost like a dance. So I started to incorporate that.
Wow.
And when I founded Kate's Magic, it felt like there needs to be a way that I can have my, I should say, when I started to hire people, there needs to be a way that I can introduce them to a sacred ritual or a way of channeling energy rather quickly. You know,
Uh,
even though I'm picky with who I hire, but sometimes they're not like, you
yeah.
know, all there, or and so I started to get them attuned, and I
Wow.
would get them attuned. And that would mean, because for many, many years, I was the only one who blended. But
Wow.
what that meant is not only did they uh, would, I feel, have that consciousness when they're
That's
handling the oils, packing the oils, filling them, of that this is a sacred, that we're like a vehicle for these sacred oils, and that it's an honor to have them
yes.
come through
And
our,
they're a conduit of life force and intention and energy. That's so
yes,
precious.
yes. So the training was like, I never felt like I was a very good businesswoman. But that part was always really important to me, that the ritual, the honoring, training my people to really be aware of what we're doing.
Yes.
And now, I mean, at this point where we are much larger, obviously, um, we have incorporated other things. So the way this looks is when a synergy gets blended, whether it's me or one of my blending magicians like you have, um, which there's only been 5. I was just counting
Oh,
in
I only
10 years.
I only had Ashley forever, and now I have 2 others that just started this week. And I was surprised he wanted to do it. My ops manager, Justin, he's so cute.
Oh,
He's so into it, and it was so surprised me. It was so sweet.
oh yeah. Yeah, because it's really, it's like priestess or priest work, and it's
Exactly.
only, people have to just have the frequency and get what you're doing.
Absolutely.
So when we blend the synergy on my blend, still on my blending desk, we take a moment before even pulling the oils to center ourselves,
Yeah.
pull the oils. We have music playing. We, purified ourselves with whether it's sage or Palo Santo. And then we blend the oils, and then we do like an energy blessing. and then it goes on the altar. And from the altar, it then goes into production. And once it goes into production, they put it into the carrier oil. This is all very familiar to you, just maybe not oil, but goes into the carrier oil. And when it gets mixed, they do a grounding ritual, do a Reiki ritual, and then they play a singing bowl for the oils. So that's kind of our,
Yeah,
love.
you're definitely a soul sister. It's pretty.
I know, like our hair, our labels, yeah, there's a lot going on.
Oh my God, I love it. So I love it. So I always say intention organizes the universe. So when we're intentional, we can, the universe organizes around that intention. And so you guys putting that love and intentionality into the product, it's so lovely to hear that companies like yours, where you're available in lots of stores. You're in, how many stores are you in? Like a lot. I see you everywhere. Actually, I need to put you in our tea salon. But to keep that intentionality close, to keep from going into, like chasing the golden dragon or whatever, and to keeping it close is so powerful. And I think it's something that takes discipline, and it takes a true commitment to healing and to truly helping others. I so appreciate that about you. So I'm going to open it up to questions if you're okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
See if anybody has questions for Kate. I mean, I could ask you 10 million questions, and if anyone doesn't, but okay. Hi, Evilis. Evilis. Oh, you're new. Welcome, sweetheart. Abby can feel the magic in both tea and the oils. Yeah. And so Thomas is putting a link to Kate's Magic site. So does anybody have any questions about essential oils or anointing or anything for Kate? Business, success, what keeps her hair curly, anything like that. And you guys are probably thinking, but I'm gonna go and oh, okay. So Sherry's asking, do they have an effect if you can't smell? If you've lost your sense of smell?
Yeah, I get that question once in a while. The essential oils go into your body and they travel within your bloodstream for up to 4 hours. So, yes, they do. I always, wish there was a way to get somebody to smell. When I get that question, it's like, how could I get them? It's like when people say I can't sing in tune, it's like I know what to say. You need a drone. You need a drone. Just listen to the drone. But I guess my husband has he has phantom scent. Like
Okay.
he
Yeah.
smells things that are not there.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool if you could just imagine what it smells like, what like a sunny, citrusy frankincense
Yeah.
oil smells like,
Yeah.
and
It's almost like
apply it.
it's like
I'm sorry.
synesthesia. Like when they smell something, they see colors. When people's senses are synesthesia, when their senses are merged. So it's
Yeah,
like visualizing it, knowing what's in it. You could actually visualize the sun. You could visualize frankincense. Oh, I love that idea.
yeah.
Yes, I love that. Okay, Tiffany's asking if Kate thinks that these oils could be used too much. That's a good question for a more is more girl over here, because I go through it. So can it be used too much?
I mean, there are some oils, especially when you get into like my sacred perfumes and my Bastet perfume, my highest end line. It can become overwhelming. Or if you use an oil that does not have a carrier oil, so like a diffuser oil, there definitely, if you're applying it or inhaling it. So the answer is yes. That said, with a Sun of Success, it's in carrier oil, it's heavily diluted.
Yeah.
So if you go and apply it once an hour,
Mhm.
or you apply it here and here and here and here, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I think, like anything else, check in with yourself. Just, is this still feeling good? Or and it's always like, wait a minute to. It's like with sugar, I still eat sugar, and I really know, I mean, I try to be mindful of what I eat, but when I want to eat more, I'll sometimes wait a minute or two. Do I
Yeah.
really still want more? And then my body's like, no.
Yes, I love
And
that. Absolutely.
sometimes it's similar with the oils. Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Um, so, where do you, um, are there certain carrier oils that help the scent of the oil last longer?
Jojoba.
Yeah, I love jojoba.
Jojoba. So my sacred perfumes are in jojoba, and my Bastet Perfume Society, which are the high end, they're in jojoba also, because it's more of a wax and it makes them last longer. But also, if there are more bottom notes,
Yeah.
so if an oil is more woodsy,
Mhm.
um, for example, if it has sandalwood, patchouli, myrrh, labdanum, um, there's many others, but all of these resinous, like cedar wood, juniper, these sort of resinous, woodsy, sticky oils, they will always last longer.
Yeah, oud is
And
my favorite.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but they do dissipate, and every person is different. Some oils will last a couple hours on one person, and on the other, it's gone in 25 minutes. So, yeah.
Wonderful. So, sweetheart, what are are there Sylvia's asking if there are certain oils to be used on a full moon.
Yes, and actually, we've been doing, since COVID hit. We started doing soul support blogs, and if you go on katesmagic.com, you will find a blog that is how to use the oils according to the cycle of the moon.
Beautiful.
But right off the top of my head, I mean, moon goddess is very obvious. Um, and the moon, I don't know, the full moon, there's two sides to it. There's the full moon before it's full, and that is often the day before it's on your calendar. And that is when we really want to do the whether it's gratitude or just powerful manifestation energy. It's like the pregnant, like you're about to give birth, or really drawing in that energy. And then there's the full moon when it's starting to wane. And that is when we start the letting go rituals and the purification, and the visualizing what we need to move through in the next 2 weeks. So it,
Mhm.
kind of go according to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And so, so let's see. Wow, there's so many comments. I have neurological, Lisa's saying I have neurological pain. Which oil should I purchase? Is there anything that helps with neurological, um, is it neurological pain or anxiety? Like how, I don't know, Lisa, let me, April's saying, so gonna buy some of Kate's Aura Mists. So neurological pain is, oh, I've had spinal surgery. Okay. Yeah. Is there any oils that you find help alleviate the pain? I find most oils that are citrus or anything that uplifts me helps with that, but I'll let you answer because it gives me a little bit more of a sunny outlook. And of course, I know the ones to use medically for pain, but what do you suggest for somebody who might be in pain physically?
Well, Zena, I mean, you're aromatherapist. I am not. I'm a perfumer.
Mhm.
and I'm a therapeutic perfumer. So what I do is I create, even though I use medicinal grade essential oils, and that aspect is really important, I very much focus on the emotional well-being. So I mean, if it was a friend asking me, or she or he was going or coming from the hospital, you know, I may say like, massage your feet with banditos or muscle works to get the immune system going, but it's not my area of expertise. So if we were talking about anxiety, I can say a whole
Yeah,
bunch, but maybe
yes,
Zhena can.
exactly. Yeah, lavender we're seeing, as well as frankincense. I use frankincense every day. Paint, copiaba, frankincense, helichrysum. We're seeing. Thank you guys. I love that you all help each other so much. Clary sage. See, we have all these witchy women in the
Yeah.
circle. They have all the answers. I love that they help each other. Beautiful. So, in closing, sweetheart, what are your main? What would you say would be like the piece of advice for any woman or man who's looking to, really, you've made a success of a passion, and you've formed this beautiful business where people are, being affected positively. Your staff is intentional. You have this energy about you. What would you say for anyone who is wanting to manifest or create, get to the next level with their dream? What would you say is a practice? Do you use visualization and also with the oils, or what would you say you use to get to the next level in each thing that you do?
I really like to work with clearing energy first,
Mm,
and especially when there's confusion or doubt.
mm,
And there's very simple little rituals. I used to do a lot of candle magic,
mm,
and I will often, just take a white candle, um, and put some, I have an uncrossing oil, or you can put some frankincense, or um, light some sage. But the candle is there to be burnt down, whether it's in a glass, or you could use like one of those deity candles, to clear away the past. So everything that needs to move out of the way can move, and at the same time committing to accepting what doors close on the way. And that's not accepting, that's not what I mean. It's more showing, like, that when doors close, that you are being led either in another direction, or you got to keep moving and trusting these bumps along the way. And that's the beauty, of, I mean, I've been doing this type of work and trying to live my life this way for a very long time, because I learned these principles at a young age.
mm,
But at the same time, I've seen myself over the years try to force things. I've forced many things that went wrong, because I felt like I needed to make it happen for whatever reason. So it's to really get clear on, um, what it is you want, why you want it, how it will benefit your well being, the well being of your soul's journey, but also how will you affect the world, like having kind of these deep conversations
mm,
with yourself, believe it or not, will
mm,
help move things. It will help align things. Like if you have the courage and the dedication to really get present with your journey, and not just looking at that goal. I
yeah.
mean, I could tell you stories of things that, have had like big stuff that I forced, that either cost me, you know, a lot of money, a lot of energy,
Mhm.
or you know, or just. But at the same time, those are my experiences. I could not be here talking with you about this, you know,
Mhm.
if I would not have created lines because people wanted this line, but I didn't really want to create it, or whatever the story may be.
Yeah.
And then just doing your, you know, your daily prayers, being grateful for the small things that
Mhm.
we have, forgiving yourself uh, all the time. um,
All
yeah, yeah.
all the
And
time.
reminding, especially, you know, Virgos and Capricorns, and just if your personality is you always need to get everything right, and the
Mhm.
world is extremely imperfect, and we are here. This is Earth school, so we're here to make mistakes and learn and grow and heal, and really life is 3 steps forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah.
And you got to remember you're 1 step ahead at all times, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I love that.
So
I love
yeah.
that. What a blessing, Kate. I am so excited we met again. And I love I love that I didn't remember and I got to be reminded because now all my memories are like back. And I love what you just said about, clearing and getting clear before you go to manifest. Because whatever you're not clear on, it's going to cause that fuzziness. And if intention is driving results or driving our experience, if the intention is wobbly because we haven't cleared it and tuned in, then we're going to get a wobbly result. So I love that. So you are a very intentional woman and I appreciate you. Thank you. And so for
And
those,
just, sorry, just one more thing on that subject,
yeah,
especially for people in their 20s and early 30s. It's important to remember that, because that's when you are creating your life and you're trying to manifest. So those of you that are in that earlier part of your adulthood, you know, your first 20 years of adulthood, especially to remember that. But anyhow, go
I
on.
love that. No, I love that. I have a 21-year-old son, so I'll make sure he watches this. Okay. Oh, we have people ordering oils. Oh, thank you so much, Kate. And so with this, I want to close our circle. Thank you all for joining. I send you out into the world to follow your intentional bliss and to clear away and to realize your power and your divinity and take action every day toward realizing that self-care, self-love, connection, forgiveness, and ensuring that your heart is fed with the things that delight you and help you be whole. All right, and with that, I close the circle and I send you all out on your way. I love you all, and I will see you next Monday. I'm going to be in Savannah, Georgia, and I have a special guest who is going to be joining me, and I am very excited to see you all there. And so, Kate, thank you, my dear. To be continued. I will definitely come visit. Come to Ojai.
Will
Okay.
do. Thanks for having me.
Bye, Angel.
Bye.